com, and today we're going to be doing an unboxing for the 3D holographic fan. And this one is probably the cheapest one that I was able to find on Amazon, and I think I paid about 40 bucks for it. Where's the model number? Here's the model number, and it looks like this is a X0040R7VST 3D hologram fan, 16.5 inches, 3DH. And I know the app is called 3D Circle, the app that it comes with it. But anyways, let's get to it. Open the cover here, and first we've got a looks like a manual, and again the app is 3D Circle app, and looks like it's all in Chinese here, but let's see. Yes, if we open it from the back, we've got the instructions in English, and there is a QR code that leads us to the software for the mobile device, Android or iPhone. It's a unsigned, sketchy app that I'll be downloading later on and show you how that goes. Okay, next we've got a little cushion there, and first a little bit of accessories, and it looks like we've got here a little screwdriver, a little USB drive, and some hardware, some wall anchors and some screws. And we'll come back to that later. And we've got a power supply, a standard 110 outlet. Let's see if we could read this. Input 100 to 240 volts AC, output is 12 volt 2 amps, made in China. Pretty straightforward. And now let's get to the guts of it. This is the hub. This is where you plug the blades of the fan in. Each blade kind of sits into these little pins. And one thing I am aware of is the minute you put power to this, this is going to spin really fast. So you want to make sure that it's mounted to something. And also there is an SD card that comes with this, and it's in the under the armpit of one of these fan blades. If we pop it out, there's a standard micro SD card there, and a lot of people don't realize that's in there. I read one review where they powered it up, it started spinning, and the card went shooting out, and I couldn't find it. But we want that card reader, or we want that SD card so that we can get at the software, and that's where it saves the images to be displayed on the display. Okay, next we've got the fan blades, and this model has two of them, and it doesn't look like it matters which one goes in where, but it's got a strip of lights, a strip of LEDs there, and it's got a socket that goes into the pins on those those pins on that hub. Let's take it out here and plug it in. Again, it doesn't matter which side it goes in. It can only go in one way on either side. But you've got to make sure those little pins are lined up with the socket and pressed into place. And then we'll get the other blade out, and just like the first one, it fits in like this. And in that little bag of parts, the screwdriver and screws, we've got, looks like we should have at least a half a dozen screws to hold that in place. And I'm going to pause the video, and we'll come back in a moment once the blades are screwed in. Okay, we got that done. I got all the screws in place. There were 6 of them, and it did come with 1 extra. And I did want to point out that this USB drive or device, it's not a USB thumb drive, but it's a USB card reader. So you can, this SD card that's in the hub of this thing, you can plug it into this adapter, and this will let you plug the SD card into a computer where you can move the software and pictures around. So that's that's what this is. I did read somebody's complaint online that the thumb drive was an empty hollow shell, but it's not actually a thumb drive. It's a card reader so that you can access the thumb drive from a computer, or not the thumb drive, but the SD card from a computer. Okay, we're going to I'm going to pause this, and we're going to scan the QR code next and see where that leads us. And in the meantime, I'm going to mount this fan onto a board so that it when we power it up, it stays in place and has a nice black background. And we'll come back to that. Okay, as promised, I mounted this thing to a board, and this is just a standard sheet. I don't know what I didn't measure it. It just made sure that it fit. The ends come off or overlapping about a 1/2 inch, but other than that, it works pretty good. And having that black background behind it, the board was wood colored, but I painted it black, and it really helped bring out the contrast. But that's it mounted. And it's a good thing it's mounted too, because as soon as we turn it on, it's going to start spinning. So let me plug it in here. And the SD card came with a dozen or so of these little animation demos, and at the end of those are some of the ones that I uploaded. But I do want to say the cell phone does not do this justice at all. I mean, to my eye, Mario is crystal clear. There's not a gap in them. But my phone, the shutter speed isn't in sync with the fan. So that's why this video has these huge big artifacts, all over Mario there as he's spinning around. But to the naked eye, it's beautiful. It's crystal clear. Okay, when you scan the QR code, it is going to bring you to a page to download a mobile app for your cell phone or mobile device. When you're on that page, you want to watch out for the ads. You want to be real careful that you don't click on one of the ads. You want to just look for the install button, not the proceed or activate. You want to click on the install button, and that'll let you install the 3D Circle app. You may have to scroll for it, but it's real important that you ignore the ads and just install the sketchy unsigned app from the green install button. Now, if you try to run the 3D Circle app right after you install it without connecting, it's not going to work. You have to change your Wi-Fi to connect to the fan's Wi-Fi access point, and you also want to turn off the mobile network's data. That'll prevent you from communicating with the fan too. But once you're connected to the fan's Wi-Fi SSID, the app will show all of these little demo clips and the controls for managing the clips. Well, there it is, my first unboxing video. I hope you found it helpful, and I hope you liked it. Be sure to join us again in the future, as I'll probably be doing more of these.